as I'm sure you know by now, I have lived and died for my Dallas Cowboys since I was 10 years of age. But I was rooting like crazy against them today. I was very happy when they got blown out by the LA Chargers at home today, because I didn't want any bogus momentum created. We won the last 3 games. I didn't want any phony rah-rah going into the offseason that would just fuel the delusion suffered by this owner and this head coach and this football team and Cowboy Nation. Just fraudulent delusion. Seriously, they're a bad football team. What are they? I've lost track. 6-8-1, as Parcells always said, you are what your records says you are. I was so happy they lost today because I saw Rex Ryan on ESPN just before the game started predicting that Eberflus would save his job over the last 3 games because Justin Herbert, they can't protect him. So he said, well, watch what happens. They'll hold the Chargers to 250 yards, then they'll go hold, I don't know, is it going to be, I don't even know who's going to play quarterback now that Mariota's hurt, if he can play or not. But if they hold Washington 250 yards, and then they go hold Jackson Dart to 250 when he averages 137 yards passing per game. So Rex is predicting that Eberflus wrongly would save his job over these last 3 games. And rightly, even though Eberflus was kicked upstairs, he went upstairs to the box to call defenses from on high. Guess what happened? Justin Herbert happened. He went 23 of 29 for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. Think about this, a Chargers team that came in ranked 19th in points scored, averaging 22.5, scored 34 against my defense with 24 first downs, 7 of 11 on third down, 452 total yards, not 250, 452. I predicted before the game because Quinnen Williams was out. And I said, the Omarion Hampton and company, they'll just run for 200. They'll run us out of the building. They had 152. I guess that was actually pretty good, but the time of possession was predictably 34 minutes for the visitors to 26 for us. Justin Herbert was sacked 0 times. We have no rush. It's not a Micah situation because we had no rush with Micah last year or any of those 4 playoff games that Micah played in. We had no rush. He had 1 sack in 4 playoff games. Stop it with that. Dak had his moments. Threw for 244, 2-0. Javonte went nowhere slowly, 9 for 34. We only had 91 total rushing. But in the end, you knew this was coming. There was one big marquee bright spot for the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm sure Jerry, as I speak, is raving about George Pickens, number 3, on fire again today. Caught 7 big ones for 130 yards. Looked like the best deep ball receiver in pro football, which he is when he's right, but he's not always right. And of course, I immediately tweeted, where was this George Pickens at Detroit? And for that matter, where was he against the Minnesota Vikings at home? I can't even make my mind wrap around what happened against the Vikings. George Pickens was a no-show at Detroit and disappeared against the Vikings. I don't know why. Don't ask me to analyze the psyche of a receiver who fell to the second round before Pittsburgh took him, because there were issues at Tennessee with his psyche, with his commitment, with his behavior. Nothing bad, no police blotter, no issues, to my knowledge, no substance abuse issues. I've never heard of any. Just kind of a weird kid who finally alienated Mike Tomlin. Finally, Mike Tomlin said no to him. Gotta grow up, won't grow up. more trouble than worth. Mike Tomlin gave him away to Jerry Jones for a third-round pick. Obviously, Tomlin and company and the front office probably went to the ownership on that one. Third round. I thought it was the all-time steal. I said he's going to change life in Dallas, and he did for much of the season. When he's right, he is the rightest. And when he is wrong, he's just a disaster because your expectations are so high for him that it kills the body language of the whole team. Everybody's looking around like, where's Pick? Where's Pick? What's wrong with Pick? I don't care. I've gone back and forth with Aqib Talib about this. He's the only one I know who's defending. He said Steve Smith defends George Pickens. I don't know. All I know is I heard Randy Moss say, George Pickens, you're better than that. The slant early in the second half, it hit him right there. You just have to snatch the ball, fight for it. Your body language has to say, this ball is mine. He pops it up in the air. DB gets his hand on it, intercepted. Put us in a hole. There was a deep ball at Detroit. I don't know. When you lose it in the lights, it fell about a yard away from him, and it looked like he never even made an attempt at it. There was an out route pass. It just looked like he didn't care. Richard Sherman went after him, obviously. Said he just looked uninterested and disengaged. Well, he did. Lots of reports in the Dallas Morning News. He misses meetings. Or he's late to meetings. Missed the team bus to the game in Vegas on Monday night. Fine for that. Disciplined with missing the first series. Maybe he missed some other plays. Small slap on wrist. But right on schedule in his contract drive year, after he basically quit on us or didn't show up for us for the 2 games of the year. You win those 2, you at least stay alive. You put pressure on Philadelphia that was no longer there. Philadelphia was in some trouble yesterday, mid-third quarter, until Mariota got hurt. But there's no pressure. There's no push. There's no Cowboys looking over shoulder pads because we didn't show up in Detroit, starting with George Pickens, and then we definitely didn't show up at home against J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings. I still can't get over that. J.J. McCarthy looked like a star against us. We turned him into a star at the star, so to speak. And George Pickens, right on schedule today, didn't surprise me a bit. Oh yeah, I got to get that contract. I got to become the highest paid receiver in football. And he goes off 7 for 130 as we lose 34-17. He will go off again at Washington. He will go even more off at Giants. He'll have big 150. He might even have a 200-yard game in the next 2. Because he will come to play when it doesn't matter. Meaningless games. He will be doing what I said I didn't want the team to do because I need the team, obviously, to improve its draft stock, its draft position. But George Pickens is going to create bogus momentum into a negotiation. He's going to create phony Jerry rah-rah going into negotiations. He's going to fuel Jerry's delusion going into negotiations. And he will become the highest paid. And look, I've resigned myself. It's just classic Cowboys, classic Jerry. We are stuck